Hey, welcome everybody. This is another episode of Real Talk, and tonight my guest is VlogGrrr, and I am so happy to have her here. The topic tonight is cyberbullying. I've witnessed a lot of it this past year on YouTube as I have been more involved with YouTube and live streaming. And I honestly, the first time witnessing true hate was just about a year ago, and it involved VlogGrrr. And I'm so happy that it has been a year and we can put it behind us, and now we can bring it out to the surface and talk about it and show how to handle it appropriately. Because first and foremost, I want to publicly announce how impressed I was with VlogGrrr when she was cyberbullied. Because the first time that I had seen it, I went to her directly because I wanted to check on her, and I continued to watch and witness the way she reacted to it, which was not reacting to it. Now, I'm not saying it didn't affect her, and we're going to hear her story tonight off public forums and off of social media, but the way she handled it with social media, a lot of you can take notes and learn. Welcome, VlogGrrr.
What is up, Vloggy fam? It's your girl, VlogGrrr. Is it working? Am I on? There's a delay here on the video. Thank you so much for having me, Kathy. Thank you for that introduction. I'm like blushing over here. I'm not gonna say that I'm excited to get this story out. I've been nervous. I honestly didn't think I was ever going to tell this story, but you know, hopefully it can help some people. So, like Kathy said, I've known Kathy for a little over a year now, and we actually met during the adpocalypse of YouTube, if you guys remember that. That was when YouTube changed their monetization requirements, and I issued a challenge, and I said, we're going to get our subscribers, and I don't believe in sub for sub, but I said that I was going to sub to anyone that subbed to me to help them reach their goals and help me reach my goals. So that was the first time I ever did a 12-hour live stream, and that was the catalyst for the cyberbullying. During that time, I met a lot of amazing people, Kathy included. But at the same time, my channel grew in a month and a half from around 500 subscribers to 1,000. So it literally doubled. And wow. that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of new people to bring to the channel. And again, I met a lot of amazing people, but at the same time, you open the door to not so amazing people. So that's kind of the story that I'm going to be talking about today. The time that I was cyberbullied, and it's not a fun story.
Yeah,
but like Kathy said,
pull up a chair and listen. And I do want to address the chat before we start, and I want to preface with I won't be welcoming new chatters when they come in. I do have a few mods, and I'm so happy to have you both here. I have Patty, an ability mom of 2, here already. They are so wonderful to have. Gemma is also here. She is a mod. So if I can just, first of all, welcome the chat. We have Bug Talk. Thank you for coming.
Hi,
Bug. Kyle Smith, it's my journey. Gemma, Journey's Grace. Four's Army. VlogGrrr also did type in the chat, so you can tag her if you have questions and tag myself. That way it'll pop up orange and we can see it right away. We have the Fish Sandwich Show. Hey, Robert. ATJH Travels, welcome. Thank you for coming. Dwayne Whitaker. See one of yours? I don't recognize that name, but I'm so happy that everyone is here. We have Lakam Khatri. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm
botching. That's Lakan Khatri, all the way from India.
Awesome.
He's part of the Vloggy fam.
Welcome. Sally Polly and Robin Loves Reading. Thank you so much for coming. So if my mods wouldn't mind, and I hope that you are going to be here, if you guys take off, let me know. But if you can just help me welcome the chat, I will try to get back to the chat at the best opportune moments in between the interview and in between VlogGrrr sharing her story. Alien, hey, how are you? Thank you for coming. But yeah, I want to put the show on VlogGrrr and let her share her story. And then after, you know, some moments, we can hit the chat and maybe address questions and see if anyone else can relate to this. All right.
And we also have Minnie. I got Minnie here, so if you guys see me like fumbling here on the side, she's my emotional support dog for tonight.
I
Special
remember
thank
when
you.
she was born.
Yeah, she's so tiny. She's a little over a year old now too. So special shout out to the Vloggy fam. Thank you guys for coming. I see you guys. We got Lacan, Solly, Polly, Forrest, and I think that's it for right now. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, so this isn't easy, guys. I will say it with a smile on my face because I am one of those people who, when I get nervous, I smile a lot. So yes. What's up, Lacan? So I forgot where I left off here. You guys know I have a bad memory.
You actually just started going on to the apocalypse and how you did the 12-hour stream, and that's how you brought on a whole slew of train of subs at the beginning.
Yes, and then also along with that, we also started live streaming. We were actually talking about this before we started. We were kind of summarizing this here, but it was actually the first time I ever live streamed, and it's because live streaming, if you guys don't know, for those of you guys that are small YouTubers, live streaming helps a lot with your watch time. So we were pushing for subs and we were also pushing for watch time. So, and we were hanging out a lot in each other's live streams, and I was doing game nights every Friday night. We were doing game nights, hanging out, all that fun stuff, supporting, and just a very supportive community. We were supporting each other and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and the Friday nights is where I met VlogGrrr. I popped on and I'm like, I remember telling my husband, these people are playing games in their house. This is so cool. This is
in
so
her bed.
And you
guys know I stream from my bed.
I really felt like I was at your home hanging out for game night, and it was so much fun, and I looked forward to it every week, and I had so much fun doing it. And I remember connecting and networking with other people and like, these people are fun, and then I would go on their live streams too, and that's when the cyberbullying was witnessed by myself.
Yes. So it all started by an individual. We're not going to use any names because that's not my style, guys. I'm a very private person when it comes to like my personal life and like my emotions and stuff. I'm an introvert, so I tend to deal with that kind of stuff just quietly on my own. But one of the individuals, I actually witnessed when I went to her live stream, she was bullying somebody else. She was like going off. And it was another family channel or something. And she went as far as to like talk about the other person's children. And she was threatening them. And she was like, if I ever catch you, like, oh, hold on, sorry. If I ever catch you guys, like in real life, ooh, sorry, Minnie's a mess. If I ever catch you guys like in real life, you know, like just really ugly. So I decided, because I've spent a lot of time, as the Vloggy fam knows, as some of you guys know, building a very positive community. So I decided I was going to distance myself from that because I didn't like what I was seeing on her channel, and I don't want to be associated with that with my channel. So I blocked her. I decided to block her. Because she was hanging out and just, again, since we were all supporting each other, she was coming in on my live streams and people, you know, we were sending people over to her channel, and I just wanted to distance myself from that. Well, she didn't like the fact that she got blocked. So she started to every night, because again, we were live streaming like almost every day. She turned her live streams into a bash vlogger show. Yeah. So literally every single night she was live streaming and she was just talking crap about me. And at first it was just like, okay, you know, whatever, you know, she'll move on, she'll get over it. You know, she was just saying, and at first she was just saying superficial stuff, you know, like and it was all lies, like lies about my channel and, you know, that I grew like sub for sub, which, you know, I did, you know, like half of my channel I did, but I worked very hard.
Yeah. And within the same week, I had just recently got on Twitter. I remember seeing this cartoon figure that really represented who you were. They weren't really saying it was you, but I remember like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
That we'll get to that because that was a different person. So it all started with one person.
Oh, wow. And see, I thought it was the same person.
Yes.
So, okay.
It all started with one person,
They
and
fed off
then
each other.
it like started spreading like wildfire, and that's when it really started to get to me. So this one person, again, she was just like live streaming and saying all this stuff about me and was upset, and just so then it started with that one person. And then she had recently, and it's funny because all these people that it spread to, she met through my channel, through the 12-hour live stream. So the same way that my channel grew like twice as much as it when it started, she also gained. So she gained, if I remember correctly, she gained like 1 to 200 subscribers off of my 12-hour live stream. So she met all of these people, and one of the girls that she met through my channel, she decided to jump on the bandwagon because she saw that because of the drama, people love drama, and drama breeds views and subscribers, as you guys know. So the other girl saw that, and she decided to jump on the bandwagon, and she started live streaming and talking about me and spreading lies and rumors about me as well. So now it's 2 people live streaming about me almost every day, just bad mouthing me. That was like literally the focus of the live streams.
Yeah, and I don't remember if Google Hangout started then, but the stream that I come on, as I do, is I come onto a stream and I listen and I think, is this something that I'm interested in? Is this something I can contribute to? And it immediately was awful talk. And I saw the chat moving and recognized a name that I appreciated and was aghast at what this person was saying. And I remember getting off the stream and going directly to the source. This is what I do. This is what I recommend. I always go to the source. I went to this person that I recognized and I called them out and said, why are you participating in this? This is wrong. And, you know, they appreciated that I called them out on their character. And then I remember messaging you.
Yes, yes, she did.
About you.
But we haven't even gotten to that part yet.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
So we have it was a big deal. And that's the thing, like you guys see me and you see my channel, and again I'm super, and you see my Twitter, like I'm on Twitter like constantly and I'm constantly tweeting. And you see me always with a smile on my face and always positivity. And it's funny because a lot of times when I tweet things that are positive or I say things, it's usually because I'm saying it to myself and you guys don't know that. So you guys probably think that I'm preaching at you like, hey, stay strong, be positive, this, that, and the other. But I'm really doing it because maybe I'm struggling. And, you know, like I feel like a way to help me come through it is to maybe help somebody else come through it if they're going through it as well. Yeah. So nobody knew that any of this was going on except for like Kathy, like people that might have popped in and seen it and put 2 and 2 together and were like, oh wow, this girl's like talking about VlogGrrr, like what's going on.
I remember doing the report flag thing too. I mean, I saw it going on. I'm like,
I appreciate that, Kathy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know I see someone in the chat asking if YouTube was notified. I mean, I notified them. I don't know.
I notified them as well, but we're going to get to that too. Like if it's only 2 of us in a sea of like, you know, 20, 30, hundreds of people that were watching our channel,
right?
We don't get seen. We don't get noticed, you know? People get flagged and reported all the time, but if not enough people are doing it, nothing's really going to happen. So now there's 2 people streaming about me, talking about me. The other girl, I'm going to call her the minion because she's the one that piggybacked off of the first one. She was actually pregnant. She was pregnant at the time.
I do recall that.
Yeah, and she went as far as to say, you know, like I was putting her through all this much unneeded stress, and you know, if she lost her baby, it would be because of me, like basically insinuating that I'm gonna cause her to lose her baby. Now, mind you guys, I literally met these people. I had known these people for literally only like 2 weeks on the internet. Like, these people don't know anything about me. I don't know anything about them. I don't owe you anything. Like, I don't know where this sense of entitlement comes from, that just because you know me on the internet and you follow my channel, that you think that we're like best friends and I owe you something. I literally, and don't get me wrong, like with some of you, like I do get very close. Like, you guys know Solly Polly, he's in the chat. I don't know him. He lives in California. He's like my little brother. Like, he's been following my channel for about a year as well, and I love him like my little brother. I've never met him, you know, but he's amazing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the YouTube, the camera, it all makes us so vulnerable, and we get
it really, really does.
We become the stage after acquaintance, really confiding in each other, and it makes us closer than you think, you know, we normally would be in real life, and it happens naturally. But you're right.
Yeah.
2 weeks, you don't know the people. You're not going to
But literally, exactly, 2 weeks. And the minion pregnant girl was like saying things like, you know, I stabbed her, because then I had only blocked the first girl. I hadn't even blocked the pregnant girl, you know? But again, she just decided to piggyback off of the other one, and she had just met the other one like 2 weeks ago as well on my channel. But she's all saying on her live stream, you know, that, oh, you know, she messes with my friend, she messes with me. Like, that's the kind of talk that she was doing, and I'm just like, are we in high school? Like, what is this, you know? And then she's like saying stuff that I like stabbed her in the back, that, you know, real friends don't do that. You know, if you're going to block someone, you should tell them why you're blocking them. And, you know, as much as we helped you grow your channel, excuse me, nobody helped me grow my channel. Me grinding, streaming for 12 hours. I did part of the Adpocalypse challenge was for me to upload every single day. You guys know I don't upload every single day. I literally upload like twice a month sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But during that month, I was pushing so hard to reach my goals. I was uploading every single day. I was grinding so hard. I was supporting other people's channel. Me and Kathy were talking about this earlier, that she's like, you know, I really don't have time to watch other people's videos. You know, I wish I could be more supportive. It takes time. Anyone that supported me, I was on their channel, watching their videos, giving them their view time, leaving comments. I mean, I was exhausted during those 30 days, so I worked hard. And she's over here saying, you know, that I used them, you know, for subscribers and for views and stuff. Excuse me, I reached my 1,000 subscribers. They literally only had like 200-300 subscribers on their channel. How did they help me reach 1,000 when they didn't even have 400, you know? Just saying like all this crazy stuff. So when I saw she started live streaming about me, what did I do? I blocked her as well. Obviously, you know? So I block her. So when they find out that I block her, then again, that spews like a new thing, you know, where they're saying, oh, now VlogGrrr's going out and she's blocking everybody. So if you guys are associated with this channel, you're going to get blocked. You know, we would never tell you who you can or can't be friends with online. Like, she's just being immature. And I mean, just all this stuff. And I'm just like, really? Now, through all this, I'm not responding. I'm not saying anything. That's another thing that they were saying. They were saying that I was talking about them behind their backs because they're blocked, so they can't join my streams. And as you guys know, whenever I stream, well, on YouTube, some of you may not know that, but whenever I stream on YouTube, I delete my streams right after. And the reason why I do that is because if I have a new person coming to my channel, I don't want the last video for them to see is like a really crappy live stream. You know, the quality is terrible. I would rather them see an edited video. So I delete my live streams. And I always say that what happens in the streams stays in the streams.
Right.
You guys know I show up to my streams looking crazy. I'm in my pajamas. I'm in bed. I don't want people to see that when they come to my channel. So that's why I delete my streams.
Right.
They were
I
saying,
appreciate you addressing the chat's questions for me. For those of you who are just coming into the chat, the description of the video kind of explains what's going on. And this is my guest vlogger, and I have my mods helping me with the chat for anyone that's coming in. James, hello, I do see you. The conversation is about cyberbullying. Go ahead.
so I blocked her, obviously, you know, because now she's talking about me too. So I blocked 2 people. So then that that started a new, oh, now VlogGrrr's blocking everybody, you know. Now the sad part through all this was there were actually Vloggy fam members, like people that knew me. There was one in particular that was a Vloggy fam member for at least 2 years. And he went along with their stuff. And that like really hurt, because you guys know I treat you guys like family. I don't treat you guys like subscribers. I don't treat you guys like numbers. I don't, you know, you guys are like family to me, you know. And again, I've worked so hard to build a positive community, and I see you guys as like strong, amazing, positive people that I would never in a million years think that you guys would get involved in something like that. You know, not even towards me, but just towards anybody, you know. So this kid was in their chat, and he was egging them on, and he was going along with it and saying stuff, and that really bothered me, you know. And the first 2 girls, I didn't give them a reason for blocking them. Like I said, I met them two weeks ago. I don't owe you any kind of explanation. If I want to block you, I block you. You know, that's the greatness of YouTube and being able to block and ban people, you know. Because if I don't want to be affiliated with you, I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to childhood or high school time. Let's say someone's being very hateful to me.
Exactly.
Am I going to invite them into my home and say, come on,
exactly.
Come on in, let's hang out. And then
I say that all the time, yeah.
Like, come on in and let's hang out. No,
it's like exactly in real life, you're not expected to hang out with people that you don't have to be friends with everyone, you know. So why on the internet do people feel again entitled? It's like, I have to be friends with you. No, maybe I don't like you like that, like, you know.
Well, I mean, and there's a difference between a friend or an associate or someone who you are mingling with. I mean, blocking does not mean you hate the person. It just means, look, I'm going to put some blinders on because you're a fool and I don't want to mingle with a fool. You know, maybe they're going to change. All right, fine. Let's try it again. I love second chances, but I don't mess with fools.
Yeah. So the Vloggy fam member, the kid that was a member of my family for like 2 years, I did send him a message, you know, because I felt like I did kind of owe it to him, you know. So I did tell him, I was like, you know, it makes me really sad. You know, I found out that you were kind of, you know, I found out that these 2 streamers were like bad mouthing me and spreading rumors and lies about me, and that you're kind of involved in that. And so it saddens me, but I'm going to have to block you too, you know. That same night, what does he do? He literally screenshots that. I did that through Twitter. He screenshotted it and sent it to the first girl. And that was what the stream was about. She's like reading the message on stream, again, talking bad about me. And I was like, really? Like, I give you the decency of sending you like a message and you're just going to like put it out on blast like that? Like, yeah. But you know, you do have like, he like, he's a kid. He was a kid, you know, the maturity level probably isn't there. So I mean, it is what it is.
Men sharing screenshots of private messages.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that was rough, you know. I don't, again, I treat you guys as family, so I don't take blocking or banning or letting one of you guys go easily. But you guys know, I mean, it's, Kathy said it earlier, it's hard being out here, you know, like whenever we put ourselves out here, we make ourselves vulnerable. We really do. You guys do not know what goes down in the DMs, okay? It is rough. It is hard. You guys don't know what goes down, even in the comment section on YouTube, on the videos, you know, sometimes, because I'm really good about, if I get like hate comments and stuff, I delete them immediately.
Same
You guys
here.
don't see 100%, 90% of those comments, you know?
Same here. Same here.
So again, you guys see like all, you know, rainbows and roses and stuff, but you don't know what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
So that hit me hard, you know. And again, this was something that was going on for weeks, maybe even a month or more, where these girls just kept going at it. And I'm just like, when is it going to end? And it took everything in my power to not respond, because I know that if you respond, you only make it worse, you know?
Yeah.
It's like adding fuel to the flame. So I was hoping, and I knew that if I just shut up about it, just let them do their drama and their ugliness, it's going to eventually, they're going to get bored and they're going to move on, unfortunately move on to the next one, because I blocked her from the beginning because she was bullying someone else and I didn't like that. But it wouldn't end. It was like taking forever for it to die down. And then Kathy mentioned this earlier. There was also someone that I had met, and this person met them, the two girls, the bullies, through me. He was actually a moderator on my channel. And that's one of the reasons why, I mean, I've always been very selective about who my moderators are. But now even more so, because he was one of my mods and he was an adult. He was a professional adult, you know, somebody that I thought I could trust. And he was down in their live streams as well, just fueling the flames and going along with it. And again, it really hurts, because you think that the people that are a part of your community and that you call family and that you've trusted, that they would at least stand up for you, you know? So it really impacted me when Kathy, she mentioned this earlier. I didn't want to cry, but when she sent me the message on Twitter,
You said you were going to bring tissues.
I got toilet paper.
Good.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. This is real.
It's just whenever you see people being so hateful and ugly, and then someone like Kathy steps in, it really restores your faith in humanity. So Kathy saw what was going on. Meanwhile, I've got all of these other people that are seeing what's going on, and they're being a part of it, and they're going along with it. And Kathy was that one person that saw what was going on, and she, like she said, she DM'd me and she was like, whoa, are you okay? Like, I just popped in on a live stream and I saw that people were saying really ugly, nasty things about you. And I just want to check in on you and make sure that you're fine, you know? And again, like that, it really helped to strengthen me and
it was
keep
so
me sane.
important for me to tell you, though, the character that I was witnessing from you, in addition to what I was witnessing from the ugliness. And it was so impressive to me, because I've witnessed other people handle it so differently. And I don't know if it's age, experience, or what, but when I saw the caliber of your integrity and how you handled it, because I not once saw through Twitter, through YouTube, through other live streams, you never once reacted. And that was so impressive to me. And that's what I want this, whoever's watching this, to know. Stop reacting. Yes, go find someone to give you support offline, off public forums. It has to stop. And you did it the right way. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, it
hurt, and it was not easy. I mean, it's not easy to not react. The easy thing is to react. The easy thing is to, if they're bashing your name, to go on Twitter, to go on YouTube and bash their name, you know, and retaliate or defend yourself. And there's nothing wrong with defending yourself. But again, had I gone online and been like, you know, there's some people saying some ugly things about me, the only thing that would have done was to send more people to her channel and to fuel the flames even more, because then maybe some of my people would have gone over to her channel and like started attacking her or, you know, trying to defend me, and that would have just made an even bigger mess, you know. But it was so hard to sit there and listen to some of the things that she was saying. I can't repeat some of the things that she was saying because, again, it started off as just lying about me and my channel or my community or what I was doing. But it escalated to a point where she was talking about my family, and she was saying some ugly, there was this one line where she said this one thing that I was just like, who even says that? Like, it's literally only trash that a trash person would say. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, again, on my channel, I constantly preach, you know, be stronger. You know, you guys know at the end of every video, I got a shirt that says be stronger. I got merch.
I want that shirt.
Merch link in bio. No, just like
before this ends, you have to give me your merch link. Can we put it in the description?
I will send you one for free, okay?
No, I'm supporting it.
Yes. No.
I'm gonna buy one.
But
you're strong.
So I preach, but that's the thing. It's like, you know, you preach be stronger. Up until then, I literally had never experienced bullying. And it was something, you know, you hear about constantly. I'm a very strong person. And I'm not saying that I've always lived a life that was easy and no one ever made fun of me. People have made fun of me, but I've always been a very strong person. And, you know, certain things would get to me, you know, growing up and in high school and stuff, but I was just always a very strong person. I remember one time in high school, there was a kid, it was me and another Puerto Rican kid in my class, and he was a boy. And a lot of the guys in the class would make fun of him for being Puerto Rican, and they would call him Mexican. Not that there's anything wrong with being a Mexican, Stoll. But, you know, they were just constantly just like making fun of him. He was short, he was like stocky, and the leader of the group, I'm a girl, and the leader of the group, at the end of school one day, I caught him in the lockers, and I literally grabbed him by his collar, and I said, if you make fun of him one more time, I swear I'm going to bring my entire Puerto Rican family here and give you a freaking beat down. I told him. I stood up to a guy who was taller than me, okay? Because I didn't like how they were treating another kid in the class. You know, I was that person that I stood up to bullies and that's probably why I never got bullied, because people saw me and they were probably like, don't mess with that girl, you know? So, I mean, you're constantly
I really care for people who are hating on other people though, too. I mean, I'll address it. But I also know how badly whoever it is that's hating on them, I feel so bad because they obviously don't know or understand anything about love, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah. And the stuff that she was saying about me and my family, like, that's the first thing that came to mind, is just like, you know, it did sadden me, because it was like, she obviously, if she could say something like that about my family, it's probably because she's never had such a great family herself, you know, like she's never had the love of her parents the way I have love from my parents, you know.
But this woman had children like next to her in the kitchen during And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like
She
a
did.
gat. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
can we address something in the chat? I want to go back up. There's someone named Kyle. If you're still here, if you can type why you are lost. It was just recently. Kyle Smith, I'm lost. And I believe there was somebody else that was wanting to know something. I can't remember where I saw it, but let me look real quick here. A lot of people in the chat are letting you know that they've got your back and they're supporting you, and they're very encouraged, very encouraged by what you're.
I appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry I broke down. I'm so sorry. I was really trying not to.
Don't
but
be sorry. You tried a lot better than I do, for those who saw my video.
Oh my God.
2 days ago. Oh my.
I cried during that video too, Kathy. Oh God. But again, that's the thing. It's like
that stuff in.
and again, that's the thing. I remember. I don't remember who it was or what it was, but it wasn't too long ago. I think I might have posted something one time that like I was going through something, or I don't know, something, and a person responded and they were like really, I never thought that, you always look so happy and you always look like everything's just like perfect. And I'm like, really? Like, everybody goes through stuff, I'm just not the kind of person that I'm going to come online and just be like, woe is me, guys, I'm going through all this stuff, and guys, like, that's, again, like, one, I don't like to wallow, and during all of this, I became very depressed. I really did.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they were going through, it had been a month or more.
Kyle,
and
he finally said that he can emphasize what you're going through, that he's been bullied a lot. So thank you, Kyle, for clarifying.
Well, we feel your pain, Kyle, definitely. But, and that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing my story, is because a lot of people, it could even be the people that you least expect. You guys say it all the time. I'm like so strong, and again, that's all I preach on my channel, is I'm so strong, and stay positive and rise above the hate, and it's so easy. And a lot of times when you're going through something like that and you try to reach out to somebody, you try to talk to them, it's so easy for people to just be like, they're just words, the saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can never hurt you.
Oh, they do. They hurt. I've been bullied before.
Yeah. And
I don't mind looking at the bully and going, ouch.
Yeah.
You hurt me. But yeah. It's okay to let them know that it hurt too. I mean, they do want a reaction out of you, but it's okay to just, if you give them the reaction that they really want, then they won. I mean, it's okay to say, wow, you hurt me. They just want you, they want to cause drama is what they want.
And that's all it is. And again, drama got her a lot of views and a lot of subscribers off of my name. I see a question from Forrest real quick that I wanna address. He says, do you have any suggestions on how to avoid negativity? And the honest answer, Forrest, is you can never really avoid negativity, because again, I worked so hard to create a positive channel, but someone's always going to come in, and a lot of times it's because they're jealous. They see you well put together, they see you happy, they see you positive, and they want to try and bring you down just because they're not happy and they're not positive and their life isn't all put together. Yeah. So they want to see you down there with them.
Yeah, the best way to avoid negativity is to be aware that it is going to be there. Let it be. Yeah. Let it be what it is and label it.
No, but a thing that I do personally, and again, that got me through this is, and again, why some of you see that I'm super strict on my channel and on my live streams, is I try to surround myself with as much positive people and like-minded people as possible. Because if I didn't, when those times come, and I say this all the time to you guys are the ones that help keep me strong, you know? So had I not surrounded myself with amazing positive people like Kathy, and I'm gonna call them out, you know, I didn't want to use names for like the bad people, but I'll use names for the good people because the good people need to be recognized. Victor Vlogs, PDX, he's one of the guys that I also met through the Apocalypse Challenge, and he is awesome. And he witnessed this as well, and he really helped me through that time. Bubba Shinobi, some of you guys know Bubba from my gaming streams. Bubba was there too. You know, he saw it, and he was talking to me behind the scenes and helping me through it, helping me keep strong. Because honestly, guys, I tweeted this today. It was not clickbait. I was ready to quit YouTube because it's not worth it. It's not worth your sanity, you know?
Yeah.
During that time, again, a month or more of somebody bullying you and bashing your name and you remaining silent, it takes a toll on you, you know? And I became depressed. I was depressed. I was like crying every single night. And it wasn't healthy because I was watching every single one of her live streams every single night. That's not healthy. And Bubba was one of the people that was
in the future.
yeah, Bubba was one of the ones that was telling me, he's like, you need to stop watching. Like, it's not good for you, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, like when you're bullied, like in real life and stuff, you know, I mean, yeah, it's hard and it sucks and stuff, but like, you don't know what people are saying behind your back. And, you know, it's just words, and people will forget what someone probably said, like in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time. But on the internet, stuff is permanent. Okay. And stuff spreads, you know, and that's what was happening. And there's just something about, you know, you're working so hard to create a good positive name for yourself, and someone is just taking your name and just tarnishing it and just bad mouthing you and saying, and just complete lies. Like I was telling you guys, you know, I had never experienced anything like that before, and I've heard about it, and I've seen it, you know, like on TV, on shows. 13 Reasons Why, that was a huge show that was kind of, you know, talking about that, and suicide. And that's one of the reasons why suicide is just so huge among like young kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Jealousy is.
I'm an adult, you know? I'm an adult, and it affected me so much. I can't imagine a teenage girl going through it, or a teenage guy, you know?
And some Bug Talk
Go
wants
ahead.
to know, how did you manage to finally stop watching? How did you finally just? She has a friend currently going through the same thing.
I did and I didn't. After weeks of watching, I finally came to the realization that I had to, because I wasn't going to be able to move on and start to heal and get out of my depression funk if I just kept dwelling on it. So I would go I would go a couple of days like not watching, but I'm not gonna lie, I would return and maybe like watch like a replay or something.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just like whatever.
Was it numbing more if you watched it? The more you watched it, did you become more numb to it?
No. It hurt even more, because again, it was like, when is it gonna stop?
Yeah.
You know, will it ever, you know, then you get into that mindset of, is it ever going to end? Like, it is going to end, obviously. They're going to move on.
Yeah.
But
I've
again,
gotten death threats in the past couple of months, and this is the first time I've actually come public with saying it, but I just delete them. I mean, I seriously, and I've recommended this with other people that I've seen react and want to talk about their bullying and bring it to light and screenshot and talk about it on Twitter. And I've tried to encourage and tell people, you're just making it last longer than it needs.
Yeah.
Just delete it. Poof.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the big reasons why nobody knows my real name online. We were talking about this earlier, like yesterday too. Kathy was like,
I understand.
I still don't know your name. Huh?
I did 2 days ago. I'm like, should I introduce you as your name, or I don't know what your name is?
I'm like, no, don't. I told her my name, and some of you do know my first name. Like, that's fine, but one of the reasons obviously is like stuff like that, like death threats. I mean, you've got people on the internet nowadays that they can do. I used to be a private investigator intern, and you'd be amazed by how easy it is to just like do a quick search and be able to find so much information on someone, including home address, phone number, email address. Just it's scary. So that's one of the reasons why I try to keep my name private. Not only that, it's funny because I love the name VlogGrrr. That's my name too. And when these girls were bad mouthing me, like anytime the name VlogGrrr would come out of their mouths, like it just disgusted me. It revolted me, and I'm just like, why are they bad mouthing my name? Like, keep my name out your mouth,
Yeah.
And it's a made up name. It's VlogGrrr. So I can't even imagine how much worse it would have been if they were actually using and just bashing my real name, like,
Right.
so that's one of the reasons why I keep that kind of stuff private, because
And Patty says she thinks it's an important time to talk about security and making sure your address in your about page, not you, and your PO box is important. Also, even for the Google Hangouts, I had a whole real talk on swatting. If people can get your IP address or your address and send the squad team to your house,
or doxing. And I know you guys talked about that during one of your real talks too, like doxing, where people will they'll find your information and they'll just like blast it on the internet as well.
Yeah, but then they'll go further than just bullying you. They will go to where they're threatening your family or your work or your boss or another child at school. It does. It gets really ugly. I don't understand some of the live streamers that I'm aware of why they feed on all of that. I label them as fools and move on. But yeah, it gets pretty scary, and I fear for younger people who just don't quite have the life experience of understanding or dealing with worldly events like this. That's what scares me about YouTube. YouTube is for 18 and older, and there are a lot of kids out here that are out here live streaming that are below the age of 18. And
the internet is for 18 and older.
Yeah. And it's so important that parents understand that. But unfortunately, there are parents that aren't really meant to be parents either, that are parents. We live in a scary world. We definitely do. There is some of the chat. Let me back up here because I do want to make sure that I involve you all as well. I am so happy to have you all here. Angel Dominique, hey, she's at work, but she's here listening. Let's see. I'm going to start with this one. Casey Michelle is here. Thank you, Michelle. She says, I was bullied by a person who is a big YouTube or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and we were the best of friends in person. She started bullying me on social media when we stopped being friends. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you shared that story, Michelle? Kyle says, I've done that. It must have been what we had said about earlier. But they said, stop playing the game. And I felt so insulted because I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing because someone else is bullying me. Let's see, Patty talked about security. I'm going to move down here a little bit, guys. See if there's anybody that tagged us. Emmanuel Gaffey, he's been researching this topic for at least the past 3 weeks or so. Emmanuel Gaffey, I believe, is a young YouTuber as well. I worry about these young kids that I'm socializing with right now. I feel like a mama bear with some of them sometimes. I mean, I have a 11-year-old daughter, you know, and I have so much security on her little iPad. It's ridiculous. I won't let her, I've never let her see the comments or the chat unless she was sitting right next to me. You know, if we've ever been live streaming, Jessica never gets to see any comments that are under our channel or anything. Where are we at here? Casey, Ability Mom, they had Gun sitting by the door for me and told me that I was messing with their family and they were going to come for me. Wow. Wow. I know, Michelle, you have stated before you do not live in fear, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. She wants to encourage me to start a YouTube, and then when we stopped being friends, I was getting death threats. I mean, there are death threats that are serious to take, and then there are ones that, like the ones I get, I mean, they come in my spam folder and they're like, you know, you never should have done that. I'm coming after you. And I'm like, boop, I don't know you. Never seen your name before. Go away. But, you know, when somebody's constantly going after you for months and months, I can't imagine. I can't say that I've ever experienced that. So my heart goes out to you, VlogGrrr. And it did. I mean, that's why I wanted to contact you. I was just dumbfounded by the fact that somebody could literally be that hateful. I've experienced it in real life. My sister-in-law bullied me for years. And it's not fun. It's not fun when they're in your face constantly telling you how much they hate you. How am I doing here? Is there anything else that I've missed? Patty says it's also possible that cyberbullying can happen in text. My 12-year-old, who has severe anxiety and seasonal depression, had 2 friends that really sent him hurtful things. She felt bullied. Yeah, a lot of my bullying through my sister-in-law was always through text messages as well. And that's why, you know, we talk about blocking. It's like, how do you block your family? It's like, hello, they're never going to go away. Robin Loves Reading says, I'm being bullied by a bigger YouTuber. We have friends in common, so I'm losing friends. People are believing person because I haven't told my side. I don't want my growing channel hurt.
I actually want to respond to that.
Yeah, I agree.
To Robin, because I felt the same way. And again, like I was saying, I didn't, and Kathy can attest to this, I didn't respond to it at all. And it sucks. And especially when I saw people that were my followers start to follow her and go along with it, that really sucks. But you know what? First of all, you don't want those people on your channel.
Yeah, they're not your friends.
Exactly. If they're going along with it and if they're believing them, they're not your friends. Second is when people see people are smart. Some people aren't smart, obviously, case in point, but most people are smart. And when people see that this person is bashing you and spreading all these lies and saying things like, oh, in my case, you know, she was saying that I was talking about her in my streams, that I was spreading all this stuff about her in my streams. People can see that on her streams, all she's doing is gossiping, lying, bad-mouthing. And then if they were to pop up on my stream and they see vloggers not bad-mouthing and talking about her, vloggers just having a good time doing game night, they're going to put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, I think she's the ratchet one that's lying, and she's the one that, you know what, she's just doing her own thing and staying positive. People can see that.
Yeah,
that was another thing that kept me from responding, because I'm like, they're going to notice that she's lying, that I'm not doing that, you know? But another thing that I noticed is, because people like drama, people fed into it. So if she was lying and saying things like I was popping it on her channel, one of the things that she was saying is I had like 10 accounts or something, and I would pop in on all of her live streams and dislike her live streams from like 10 of those accounts because she was getting like 10 dislikes. That wasn't true. But then she had her minions in the comments, because I was watching, I was lurking, she had her minions in the comments who, to egg her on, they would start disliking her stream so she could see the dislikes growing, and it would basically prove her point and say, oh, you see, she's watching right now and she's disliking, you know? I'm sitting there watching as the lies would just grow and people would try to make her lies truthful, you know? People that would follow her that I had no idea who these people were when they were talking about like me blocking people and just blocking people left and right because they were just watching her live streams or watching people saying, oh yeah, she blocked me. I had never even seen this person a day in my life, but they were just lying again to just egg on the drama, to like prove her point and make her just keep going. Like it was just, it was bizarre. It was insane. Like I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, wow. You
don't
like
want those people. And I know it's you feel a void when they leave, but I mean, for me, I would just ask and pray for God to replace that void. I mean, when my kids grow up,
and Kathy, I'm glad you say that, because like I touched on earlier that I was saying that I had a Vloggy fan member who was a member of my channel for like 2 years, and it like really hurt me to see him go. Like, I don't know if Stoll is still in the chat. I haven't seen him saying anything, but right after this happened, that kid that, you know, I had to block, that he was a Vloggy fan member for 2 years, right after that happened, Stoll joined the channel. And for the Vloggy fam that is familiar with my channel, Stoll is literally like my #1 supporter. Like I said earlier, he's like a little brother to me. Like, I love this kid. He is amazing. Is he still there? I'm talking about you, Stoll. So like you said, exactly, like it was sad for me to see this one. Okay. It was sad for me to see this one leave, but guess what? He got replaced by an even better, more amazing person. So don't feel sad and don't get upset over losing toxic people. Again, if they're involved in that and if they're talking bad about you and believing this person that's spreading lies, be glad that they're out of your life and that they're out of your channel. Because again, you don't want that, you know? And I know it's easy to say that, but when you're actually going through it, it's not as easy. It's easier said than done. You know, when you're actually going through it, it is tough and it hurts, but just, you got to keep reminding yourself, and the positive people that you do have in your life, just reach out to them and be glad that they're there.
Yeah. And I want to address Creators Alliance. Hi, Joker. I think Joker's awesome. Thanks for coming. He says, unfortunately, VlogGrrr, in my experience, people believe the one talking and don't always take into consideration the one who is silent. This makes it very tough to remain true to yourself. I want to encourage you to not believe what you just typed, because even though it is your experience that people believe it, yes, there are going to be people who believe other people. They're going to believe their story. But what is so important, and I hope you hear this and anyone else, it matters what you believe. It doesn't matter what anyone else believes. And there are going to be people believing lies. You can't stop that. You have to believe what you know is right. And the more you keep that attitude and every day be true to yourself, you're eventually going to remain more confident. You're going to gain the right kind of people in your life, and you will see so many less fools in your life. I hope that hits home for somebody. It's my motto. I mean, it takes a lot of years to practice that. If you don't really believe in yourself, yeah.
And then personally, in this case, another thing is, I mean, you know, you don't want to wish like ill will on anybody or anything, but the person that was like bad mouthing me, like, she hasn't posted on her YouTube channel in over a year. And I mean, to be honest, like, I'm kind of worried about her and worried for her, because she kind of just like disappeared, and just kind of went missing. And I
Yeah,
know,
I mean, I'm sure she was a very hurtful and lost person. I mean, it's very obvious when someone's doing that. And that's why I said earlier, I really feel sorry for people who betray that much hate, because they're hurting and there's obviously something going on in their life. You know, that's, you talked about suicide. I mean, it's scary. It's very, very scary. It would be huge to have someone like that in your life and then try to contact them. You know, it's different when they're your family. I mean, I've been married 27 years and I've had to try to love my sister-in-law for bullying me over and over and over. So it's that shows compassion when you said that you wonder where she is and that you're worried. You're a compassionate person. There's nothing wrong with that. Patty says hurting people hurt people.
Yeah, and that's true. And I had mentioned that earlier, is just that, you know, their life is obviously so screwed up that they see you happy and positive and growing, and they just want to bring you down. You know,
Jealousy it's a horrible sickness. It really truly is. Most people that are attacking you are jealous. And for me, I mean, I'm a Christian, so I can say this. It's Satan's biggest weapon: shame and blame. I've said it before. My friend Alien is in here. He's like, oh, here we go again. She's going to say that same thing. But it's so true. I mean, shame and blame, they were the first sins in the Garden of Eden. And Satan will use it every single time because it works. It's my journey. And Kyle is here and needing to know, wants to know if this is going to end because he wants to know more stuff. We're here for you, Kyle. Ask questions or tag VlogGrrr. It's my journey.
So Journey
tagged you.
Yeah, I saw that Journey. You know, when it was happening, obviously I didn't want it to be happening, and it sucked and all that, but as the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it really has made me stronger, and in a way I'm kind of glad that I went through it, because like I said before, like I've never really been a victim of targeted bullying like that. And it was rough and it sucked, and some people are talking about suicide. I had the suicidal thoughts. I had the thoughts of, you know, why am I even here? Why am I even doing this? But now, honestly, a year later, I can look back at it, and like I said, I'm glad, because now I know firsthand what it feels like to be bullied. I know what it took for me to get out of it. And hopefully I can help someone. And on my channel, again, that's something that I preach about all the time, is be stronger. And it's so easy to preach that when you haven't really, I mean, and I haven't had an easy life at all, but I'm talking about in the sense of bullying, when you haven't gone through it, you know. But now that I've been able to go through it, I'm able to better help someone that might be going through it, as opposed to just saying empty things like, oh, it's just words, you know, get over it. Don't let that get to you. Oh, they're just jealous. Just get over it. Because that's what a lot of people say, you know, is, you know, why are you letting it affect you? It's just people on the internet that you don't even know. Like, who cares, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's your name and it's your reputation. And yeah, you don't know them, but you've got hundreds of people watching them and going along with it. And now you've got hundreds of people that are talking bad about you and bullying you and targeting you. And it's not fun. You know, it's not something that you can easily just brush off and be like, it doesn't work that way. And I know that now, you know. So in the future, whenever, you know, someone comes to me, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, be stronger, you'll be fine, you know, you'll grow from it. No, it's you know. And I encourage you guys too, if you guys know somebody that maybe has come to you and has said, oh, this person's talking bad about me, you know, don't just brush them off and say those empty words. Like, really look into it and lift the person up and remind them what makes them so amazing as a person, you know? Like I was saying, Victor Vlogs was one of the people that that really helped me, because it was very frustrating. Again, I'm trying to create a really positive environment and community, because the world is a very hateful place, and I want my channel to be a place where people can come to, and if they had a terrible day, they can come to my channel and smile and laugh and feel accepted and feel loved. You know, that's what I want my channel to be. So it's very discouraging to see a channel like that growing off of hatred. So
Yeah.
Victor, when he was like encouraging me, and I was just like, you know, I can't do this. Like, I think I'm just gonna, and I did. I ended up, obviously, because when you're in that state, you know, you can't get on camera and be like, hey, Vloggy fam, what's up? It's your girl Vlogger, be straight, you know, because it's not there. You're not feeling it. So I mean, I did take the break, but I was literally, you know, it's just amazing. You know, you guys, some of you may not believe in God. I believe in God. And it's amazing how literally I was on Twitter. I had a tweet written out, literally, where I was saying, you know, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, you know, I need to take a break. You got, you know, like, I don't remember. Obviously, it was a year ago, but I was literally writing that tweet. And in that moment, Victor DMs me, and he's like, you know, we had already been like in the middle of a conversation, but he hadn't responded for a while. And in that moment, he responded, and he was just like, you know, YouTube needs like more channels like you. Like, you can't let bullies win over something like you that is so quality and so positive that YouTube actually needs. You know, don't let the fact that they're growing and that they're, because honestly, that's temporary, because once the drama dies down, which it did, what content does she have left? You know, if there's no drama and people are going to get bored over the same story over and over again, and if you don't have a new drama unfolding, you have nothing. There's no substance there.
Yeah.
So he, you know, he really encouraged me, and I was like, you know, you're right. And again, I ended up taking the break. I didn't tweet anything. I didn't respond again, because I was ready to respond and just be like, you know, I'm receiving a lot of hate, you know, I can't do this, because when it comes down to it, my mental health obviously is more important than a YouTube channel. But
I mean, it is okay to take a break. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's, if you guys saw that I kind of went missing last year for a couple of months, that's why, you know, the live stream stopped, the game night stopped, Vlogger kind of went missing, you know, because I had to take care of my mental health, you know. And that's another thing. I don't want people to think that, you know, just because, like, everybody goes through it, just because maybe you're feeling depressed or you're in a funk, or it doesn't mean that something's mentally wrong with you. Like, I don't suffer from anxiety. I don't suffer from depression. I don't, but something in my life happened that caused like depression, you know? And I feel like there's a stigma with that. Like, people think that, oh, you know, something's wrong with me, and, you know, now you know, I'm like not mentally stable or something. No, like, everybody goes through that. Everybody has their ups and their downs, even if you don't see it outwardly, just like me. Even though all you see from me is smiles and happy and positive and strength, I have my moments too, fam. I promise you.
Yeah, that was why it was important for me to post the video I did a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple people advise me not to put it out there, and, you know, you're supposed to be the strong and stable one, and I'm like, I know, but I need people to know that strong and stable people have too. You know, it's I don't suffer from a mental ailment either, or take a prescription for a depression or anxiety either, but I know the cause of my depression, and it does happen in my life, but I know how to overcome the sadness. I think I think when I said I suffer from depression, I should have said I suffer from getting sad sometimes because of this that happens in my life. And the details of it aren't important. From what I wanted my message to be about is it's not about the details. Or sometimes when you want to share a story or a testimony, sometimes you have to say, is this going to give God glory? Like, what is the reason I'm sharing this? Am I sharing to inspire or encourage? Or am I sharing to get attention or to cause hate or disturbing someone else? And then you have to realize, okay, are the details important, or is it just important to let someone else know that it's okay not to be okay? It's just not okay to stay that way. Do we have Roasted Studios been chatting a little bit here? I feel like I need to read through this.
Yeah, I wanted to read, Patty here she said, never allow your abuser or bullier to take any more time from your life you are living at the present time. Never give them that privilege. Try to stay in the moment and use your experience to help others. And I agree with that, Patty. That was another reason why I didn't want to respond, because I didn't want my bulliers to know that they were affecting me. They were affecting me. I was highly affected. I was all kinds of affected. But I didn't want them to know that because, like you said exactly, that gives them the power. And I didn't want her to feel like she had any kind of power over me. So I just ignored it, as best as I could. I ignored it, and again waited for it to just die down, which again, it took a while, but eventually it did. And then Solly Polly says, no one has an easy life. Life is kind of like a really long roller coaster. It has its ups and downs and upside downs, but after a down, there's always an up. So 2 things from that is you never know what somebody else might be dealing with. And that's why, like, I always try to live by, leading by kindness, because you never know what that person's dealing with, behind closed doors. So if I'm going to interact with someone, even on the internet, I always want to try and make it positive, because again, I don't know what that person's going through, and then number 2 from what he said is, there's always downs, but there's always ups. And there's a saying that says it's always darkest before dawn. And it's so true. The sun always rises. So even though you might be going through like a really, really dark time, it's going to get better. It's not going to last forever. Like, it's just not. Again, when I was in this moment, I knew it wasn't going to last forever. It felt like it was lasting forever, but I knew that there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I just had to endure it. I just had to remain quiet, not react to it, and just endure it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lie that we're going to go through trials and tribulations. I mean, it's no secret, we are, and they're out there. Roasted Studio, I tried to respond to you, but it said I had an error. I don't know why. He's wanting us to check out his channel. Apparently he's been exposing child abuse for over a year. I do have a real talk on child abuse. If you want to check that out, there's some links in that real talk as well. But I'm trying to stay on topic, Roasted Studio. Yes, child abuse is a
So is he just telling me to like go check out his channel? Is that like a shameless plug?
I think so.
I thought he was asking me a question, but I'm like, I don't see the question. I'm like, okay, no, I'll check it out. I don't mind. Yeah. I did want to respond. Hold on, Minnie, stop. Minnie's harassing me over
catch
here.
Up. He's saying thank you. So yeah, we will.
No, yeah, I'll check you out. But Roasted, if you can like leave a comment like on one of my videos so I can remember to go, because right after this I'm gonna go live stream on Twitch.
Awesome.
I've got a long night ahead of me. But hold on, I wanted to respond to, who was I gonna respond to? Oh, Rolling Homestead says,
okay,
we did a live stream about cyberbullies. We all need to stand up to bullies. And that's a huge point that I wanted to make, and we kind of talked about that earlier. The part where I broke down and I cried. And the reason why I cried, so yeah, the bully made me cry, and it really affected me. But honestly, what affects me more And that's why it made me tear up, is the fact that there's still good people out there that are willing to stand up to bullies.
Yeah.
So Kathy not only messaged me and checked up on me to see, hey VlogGrrr, I saw this. Are you okay? You know, the way you're handling, and again encouraged me, because it's very, very hard. And Kathy, I want to give you props for that, because you handled it correctly. Like I was saying, oh crap, why is my laptop not plugged in? Hold on, I gotta plug in my laptop. Ooh.
Yeah, and you're going to get at is that I reported it as well. I mean, don't just check on.
No. That's not what I'm. No, hold on.
Okay.
I don't want to lose my train of thought either. Oh no, like how I was saying that. Oh, sorry, my laptop was dying, fam. Sorry, I don't want to lose you guys. That, like I was saying earlier, how a lot of times when you're dealing with a situation like that, people will just say empty things like, "Oh, you know, brush it off. Don't let them get to you. Words can't hurt you." Kathy didn't say that. That's what I'm saying. The way you handled it and what you told me really touched me, you know? And I mean, I haven't really checked the messages recently on Twitter. This all happened in the DM. So I don't know how I responded, and if I, you know, if I didn't respond thoroughly, it was probably because, again, I was depressed. I didn't want to like really talk about it. I didn't want to, you know,
You did. You
so
did.
so don't think that if someone's not responding to you reaching out to them, that they're not appreciating it or that it's not getting through to them. It is. And the words that she told me really got through to me. Because she checked up on me first, so she basically let me know, hey, somebody is here that cares for you and sees what you're going through, and I'm here for you. And then she also encouraged me and told me the way you're handling it is the right way about it. So I'm really impressed with how you're handling it, because I wasn't handling it. You know, I was ignoring it. I was frustrated that I couldn't respond, even though I wanted to. I wanted to scream from the rooftops and just be like, because then another thing is sometimes you feel like by not responding, you come across as weak.
Yeah.
But when I talk about being stronger, it's not weak not to respond. That's actually the stronger thing to do. It's easy to just respond and just feed into it. It's hard not to. It's hard to endure it and take it and just endure through it, you know? So I really appreciate like Kathy coming through, and Roasted Studios was saying that, you know, or it wasn't Roasted, it was somebody else, I'm sorry, that we need to stand up to it. And that's another thing that affected me, because a lot of people weren't standing up to it, you know, and it's very discouraging to see that when you don't stand up to it. So I hope you guys get out of this, even if you haven't been bullied or it's not something that really affects you, but that you're one of those people that if you were to see it happening, that you would actually stand up to it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to keep happening if we don't stand up to it, you know?
I agree. I totally agree. The one thing that I just, what really bothers me is some of these live streamers that do get bullied, they come on and just make it all public and make it all about them. And it's like, they just, you're not helping. I mean, I see there's some that I witness a lot. I don't support or go on their streams or chat with them, but it's hard because they're just all over. They're like in my feed. But there's a few bigger live streamers that just go back and forth and back and forth. And I look at them and I say, God, they're idiots. They're idiots. There's just no helping them. That's just who they are. And so I recognize for what they are. But then when I see people I know and I love and I care about in their streams, that's when I go privately. That's when I go to them and say, don't do what you're doing. Please let me encourage you. Go away from that foolish behavior. Why are you, someone who I hold to high standard, why are you participating in that? And some respond to me and say, thank you. Thank you for keeping me accountable. Thank you for pulling me out of this. You're right. This was foolish of me. And they appreciate it. And I want to applaud them when I see that they actually did do what I encouraged. And I want to go back to that person and say, good job. I fail. I mess up. I love the people that come and tell me when I mess up. It's okay. We're going to feed into it. We're going to get into drama. It is entertaining, but I would hope that if someone ever saw me participating in foolish behavior, I would hope that they would call me out on it. And that's why, if I see somebody that I care about participating in it, I'm going to call them out on it.
And I appreciated that, because that was another thing Kathy did when she messaged me. She was like, I did reach out to this person, and she confronted them, and she was like, what are you doing? Like, are you serious right now? And she even told me that the person was apologetic, that he was regretful, that that was my moderator, by the way, that that he was regretful, that he was sorry, that he could kind of see that he was wrong. So, I appreciated that. I appreciated that on both sides.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times this whole year, and I'm glad. There's been another time where I've done it, and that person, didn't like me for.
And then on the flip side, I did have a few people as well, and this is something that I also want to address. And I had to put a couple of people in their place. Because again, it was a lot of us supporting each other's channel. When some people found out that I had blocked certain people, they were confronting me about it in the DMs. They're like, why did you block so-and-so? Like, oh, I found out so-and-so blocked you. Or whoever was being blocked was confronting them like, oh yeah, VlogGrrr blocked me, this and the other. Like, if you find out that I block somebody, again, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So if I block someone, just know that it's for a good reason, obviously. So don't come confronting me and being like, why did you block this person? Well, you don't know, and there was a reason for it, and I have every right to do so. Obviously this person made me uncomfortable, or there's something about this person that I don't want to be associated with.
That's your answer right there.
Mm-hmm.
Someone actually wants to challenge why you've blocked someone, say,
yeah.
I felt threatened and uncomfortable. Period.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you're not going to invite them to your house if you feel uncomfortable with that person. If you're feeling in an awkward situation, you're not, when they come to your door, you're not going to say, come on in, have a seat. Yeah, that's all you have to reply is they made me feel uncomfortable. There was, hey, Vern Vlogs is here. Thank you for coming. I wanted to address something else that happened. Oh, here, I think it's my journey. I get not reacting. I've held out for over a year until I got a death threat. So I really believe that reacting is it's fine. It's a fine line, but there's a way to react. And yes, there is a way to react. Mm-hmm. And it is important to defend yourself. I totally support that. But you need to find the support where you can offline. I really don't think that there's a way to react online. I don't think that is way. That's what I held you up in high esteem for. You didn't bring it out into other public places, because if you're in a public place and you're going to react and attack someone just because you don't know how else to reach them, what about the other 30, 40 people that are watching that are like, what is she talking about? What is going on? Unless you can specifically come out and say what it is, that the reason why you're coming out, don't come out. Go do it offline. And that's what you.
Patty's asking if bullying goes on more in the vlogging community than in other niches on YouTube. I don't think so. I think bullying is just widespread for everybody. It's equal opportunity.
Yeah, and not even on YouTube. I think it happens in Facebook, and
I think maybe we hear more about it from the vlogging community, because that's what the vlogging community is about sharing their lives.
Yeah.
But no, it happens everywhere, and like I was saying earlier, my heart really goes out to our youth who really have to deal with that. And just the teen suicide is just.
That's why it's so important to find support. Go find somebody that you can talk to about it.
Mm-hmm. And if you feel like there isn't, honestly, guys, if you feel like there isn't someone that you can talk to in real life, then go online and Google phone numbers or even forums. You know, there's phone numbers that you can call that are free. There's online forums that you can chat online that are free. And even sometimes it even helps to talk to someone that's a complete stranger, you know, because they don't know you, so there's no judgment there, you know.
Yeah, Kyle,
But
you
find help.
you
The
just
important
addressed
thing.
Kyle's last statement here. He really wants to know how to deal with certain emotions, suicide,
Mm-hmm.
thought, and long-term depression and worse. And I shared the hotline with you, Kyle, earlier. I don't know if you saw it. I copied and pasted. I don't know. Yeah, here it is again, Kyle. Call this
Oh,
number.
awesome. Yes, thank you, Kathy.
That is
But
the
even
suicide
beyond,
prevention hotline.
and even beyond like resources like that, like I really believe it's very important to use those resources, to call the hotlines, to talk. Like, it's so, you guys don't understand how therapeutic talking can be. It really is. But even beyond all of that, because most people kind of are aware of that, Kyle, I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
find
call the
find
hotline.
No, but find something that you enjoy. Like, find a hobby, whether it's like video gaming, whether it's drawing. Like, I don't know what your hobbies might be, but something that you love, that you're passionate about, and put your time and energy into that. Because a lot of times when you have something like that, it takes your mind off of, you know, stuff that maybe you don't need to be thinking about. It literally keeps you busy. It keeps your mind busy. It keeps your mind off of negative thoughts. Again, surrounding yourself with positive people, and like gaming, if it's gaming or drawing or cars or just whatever it is that you're interested in, also find communities of people that are also interested in the same thing, because then you'll make new friends and you'll be surrounded by people that you have this common interest with. So that, I think that's a really big tip or something.
Yeah,
Advice.
Kyle, it's hard to find a hobby when you're in a depressed state. It's hard to care about anything, and I do understand what you're going through. But I don't have the professional advice to give you, but I do want to encourage you or anyone else listening out here that is just feeling so lost to call that hotline. That will be the first step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And Patty's just reconfirming that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Patty's saying that the hotline will have people that you can talk to, again, for free. It's like having a free therapist. So definitely use those resources. You don't have to pay anything, and like I said, it's sometimes easier to talk to a person on the phone that you don't even know who's on the other line. They don't know you, and it's easier for you to be able to talk and get advice also from an outside source, you know, because sometimes if you talk to a friend or if you talk to a family member, you feel like they're being biased with their advice. Well, a stranger is not being biased because they don't know you. So use those resources.
Yeah. VlogGrrr, you're going to live stream on Twitch tonight?
Yeah.
Did you want to put
Yeah, there's a new game out. It's called Days Gone. It's exclusive for the PlayStation. You know, I appreciate you allowing me to give this shameless plug here.
Yeah, I do definitely.
Let me get that link here.
Put all of the links that you need here. Can you do it? I need to make you a mod. Go ahead and type.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Let me see.
Type hi or something, and then let me make you a mod.
Nope. Yep. It didn't let me.
Where are you?
But yeah, I'll be on Twitch.
Type test or hi.
Oh.
So then I can make you a mod real
There
quickly here. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a sec. Okay. There you go. Now you should be able to add the links. But yeah, what time are you going live here? Pretty soon. It's 8:30 my time here, 9:30 your time.
It's 9:30, yeah. So I had scheduled to go at 10, so in 30 minutes.
Yeah, we can probably wrap up. It's been a really good talk.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I want you to be able to get your live stream set up as well. And I want to thank Patty for being here. And I know that Patty was just going to pop in for a few moments. This is her time to have family time. And I really appreciate her being here. And it's been good. You've been a big help. Patty and I just recently started connecting more so. And it is like we were saying earlier that, you know, you become an acquaintance and then you become a friend, but then you start to become a close friend once you start confiding in each other. And that's when some real magic happens. And I'm really enjoying the real talks that I have with everyone. Tonight's been really special, VlogGrrr. I'm really happy that we were able to connect more personally this way. And Remy Moore is here, and Remy Moore is my next episode with a guest next Friday. I do want to put in my own little plug here before.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, Remy Moore and I are going to be talking more about being depressed and things going on in our life. Remy is was a medical student and now is a musician, and is going to share his story as well next week. But before that happens, my own plug, my own real talk, I'm going to be my own guest, and I am inviting everyone who is listening right now, and I put it out there in my video that I want to talk. I need some women to come and share their stories and tell me all the things that they went through that is similar to what I'm going through, which is struggling communicating with my man.
Oh, no.
Women and men have such a different way of communicating, and
they do not speak the same language.
They do not speak the same language. I've been through it. I've survived the struggles. I know how to overcome it. I just want to share in it, and I want other women, and I want to invite them on. And that is going to be this coming Wednesday. I'm going to try to go for at least 3 to 4 hours, and so they can come and go and hop on the panel, and we can all just, you know, man bash our way. No, I'm just kidding. Not man bash. I don't want to man bash. I want to encourage men to come on as well. And I just want us all to realize that, you know, women communicate this way and men communicate this way, but there's a great way to come into the middle and be together. So that's Wednesday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll probably.
I also, if I can, I want to insert one more shameless plug here, if you will allow me.
Of course.
For any Vloggy fan member that is in the chat right now, Miss Kathy is currently at 933 subscribers. She is trying to reach 1,000 by the end of May. So if Vloggy fam, you guys know, subscribing is free, guys. You don't lose anything by subscribing, by hitting that little red button. If you don't want to watch any of her videos, don't press the bell. But let's help her reach her goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of May, guys. It's free. You don't lose anything. So let's get that for her.
Last week, and I wanted to live stream with my mobile, and it wouldn't let me. So I was like, oh. So I got to get to 1,000 at least so I can live stream when I'm not at home. That's why. But thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Seriously, I'm gonna be spamming Kathy on Twitter. So PSA, just so you guys know, you're gonna get tired of hearing. Up until she reaches 1,000 subscribers, I will be spamming on Twitter so we can get her there, because
I'm getting there. It's getting close.
Yeah.
Hopefully by May. That would be nice. I figure, for a month. I mean, you know, I think I've pulled in around that time in a month, so that's why I set that goal. I thought, okay, I'm going to start pushing it. I used to not ask for subscribers, but then when that stupid mobile, got to have 1,000 to mobile live stream, I'm like, all right, fine, let's start asking for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah, right? YouTube is not making it easy for us small YouTubers, let me tell you. Yep.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Solly.
Awesome real talk tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Loving it. You're awesome.
And here's the Twitch. No, you are awesome. I'm trying to tell you, you are the awesome one.
Hey, I also want your merch link. Put your merch link in.
I don't hold on. Oh, actually
I'm getting me a Be Strong VlogGrrr t-shirt.
I'll drop it on let me see. Do I have it here? I don't have it right here.
And I'll put it. I'll edit this and put it in.
I'll put it on Twitter.
Sounds good. Yeah, give me all your links on Twitter so I can add them to the description of this for the replay too. because I've got your
Okay.
channel link in the description right now, but if there's any other links, I'll just add them to that.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, thank you, everyone.
But thank you guys for listening. It was not easy for me. You guys are awesome. And again, I hope it helps someone. And I'm available if anybody needs to talk. You can reach me down in the DMs, and I'm sure Miss Kathy would say the same thing. You guys can reach out to us. It's a safe place, guys. So again, don't be scared.
In a real talk, my link to my Twitter is also in the description. Hit me up. I'm all about it. I love it. It's been fun. All right. Thanks, everyone. It's a wrap.
All right, guys.